All right, everybody, now we want to welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, the incredibly talented indie superstar, singer-songwriter Sharon Lia. Hello, and welcome to the show.
Hello. How are you?
Fantastic. I know you already know Ron, so we're going to skip it and go to saying hi to just the man behind the boards, Mr. Chad Murphy.
Sharon,
Hi,
welcome.
Chad.
Welcome back. Good to have you.
Thank you.
And we got a chat room really full of people, like people from all over the place. So say hi to everybody in the chat room.
Hi, everybody.
It's really like a lot. So a lot of new people in the chat room. So it's fantastic, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
I am never to be skipped over, ever.
Oh.
My
And
name
this is Ron Russell.
My name is Ron Russell, and I'm the star of this show. Hello, Sharon Lia. How are you, my dear? It's been ages since we've spoken.
I'm wonderful, Ron, and it's so good to see you both.
Seeing you is great, too. I always love it. How's my song doing? Is it really like big like I predicted?
Now she got a new one.
No, I didn't love my song.
The one that's going to be released on the 20th is really amazing. But your song, Sick Addiction,
Love it.
we have made it even better.
How could you make it better? It was great.
It's better. Wait, I'm going to have to let you listen to a little preview of it. It's, I don't have it here, but we're working with David Ivory, and he's a really amazing producer, and he really does draw out the best. He did your favorite Patti LaBelle, by the way. So, and other artists. But anyway, so Sick Addiction's coming along really beautifully. So you're going to like that.
Out there. Where can they get it? Because I talk about it a lot. Where could they get it? Can they buy it now?
Enemy's the song. Enemy's coming out on February 20th.
Okay,
What's
her new song, Enemy, is coming out February 20th. Sick Addiction is like, well, are you going to re-release that once you get done with it then at a later date?
Yeah, we never released it.
Oh, I didn't know it was
well,
released.
everybody's getting screwed because that's a great song. We have so much crap on music today, and a good song like that should not be hidden. Put it out. What's wrong with you? It's a fabulous song.
We're going to put that out.
ASAP.
No, she got a new song that's coming
put it
first.
out. Like years ago, we had a flip side. Remember the 45s? You had the main song on one side and the other one on the other side.
Yeah,
that's what you should.
They don't do that anymore.
Here's what we do now, Ron. What we do now is we release a single, make a splash, hopefully, and then release another single and make another splash and just keep building. Go on tour. Radio promotions, all that kind of stuff. What are you doing?
Actually,
everybody likes, no matter who listens to Sick Addictions, they love it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you got all goes with that green light.
What?
Got the green light with that one.
Yeah, I got to tell you. So in the studio, Joe Lamb and David Ivory are developing us further as artists, as a band, and Joe Lamb says to me on Sick Addiction, he's like, I got to tell you, this song can be a totally #1 hit.
It is.
He thinks Enemy is also so. But these guys, I just got to tell you, Joe Lamb and David Ivory have worked with some of modern music's biggest people, and if they pull you aside and tell you that something that you wrote is really good, it makes you feel good.
Absolutely.
So
you know why? Because that song jumps out. I'm not a great fan of rock music, but I listen to it. I don't dislike it, but I like. In other words, it's not my thing.
Right.
When you played Sick Addiction, I told Jimmy, "Oh my God, this song is like revolutionizing rock and roll." That's not rock and roll. What are you? Rock?
Yeah, rock.
Well, we're like alternative rock.
Great song.
We're more alternative rock, like Coldplay, Florence and the Machine. But people say we have a sound all of our own.
Yeah.
So,
but that song really just stuck out of all the music. To me, everything sounds alike today. I don't know if it's because I'm old and
You're
I'm
gonna
deaf.
like her new song.
But everything sounds the same. Everyone sounds like the same player.
Yeah.
When you did Sick Addiction, it just jumped out at me, and it's an individual song, and I loved it. It just had everything in it that made me want to hear more. And I'm sure that everybody out there is going to feel that way. So listen to me, everybody. I don't bullshit. Whenever these beauties decide to release that beautiful song, buy it. You're going to love it.
All right, so here's what we're going to do. First of all, I want to say, we've known you for 3 or 4 years now, and you don't look like you don't age a day. Like you don't
Jimmy,
have a
nobody
single.
ages in 3
I
years.
do.
better.
Yeah, I have.
Well, that's because you're married to me.
But you look so beautiful. Really, you really do. You look absolutely beautiful.
I make everybody age.
Thank
So
you.
you guys, so what we want to do too is we want to give a shout out since the Sharon Lia and the Sharon Lia Band are releasing this new song "Anime," you guys, and we're gonna play it for everybody
What
in a
is it
minute.
called?
Anime.
Enemy?
Anomie. Anime.
What does that mean, enemy?
There's the question. Ah.
What does it mean?
Wait, so what you do is watch the video. It's funny because actually
We
somebody already wanted to know what it meant. They went and looked up the word, and we actually may have a contest to see if people can figure out what it means, because
Well, in
it's nothing any artist has ever really spoken about.
French it means my love.
No, it's not that same spelling. Anomie.
It means somebody that's anonymous.
No. I'll
Meanwhile,
tell you after the song. How about that?
no, wait, Sharon, we can't see it.
Yes, you can.
We're gonna
Yeah.
see it?
I have a lyric video for you with
Yeah, we're
live
putting out
performance.
the video. You won't see it because you didn't watch it.
No,
even
I'm
though
not gonna see it now, right this minute is what
You're
I'm
gonna
saying.
hear it. We're gonna
We
hear
don't
it.
get
I've
it.
already watched it 50 times.
It goes
so.
out to the people, but not to us.
Oh.
So I won't be able to discuss it with
So
you.
hang on a second. First, I want to say hi to the band, and I don't know everybody's name in the band, so I thought you could tell us their names real quick, and let's give everybody some credit because we're going to play the new song.
Okay.
So say hi to everybody in the band. Tell us who we're saying hi to.
All right, so I'm just going to give you a quick rundown. We have a core group of guys, which is Rick, Howie, and I. So we have Rick Giannotti on guitar. We have Howie Fallon on drums. We have Rodney Miller on bass. And
So Rick, Howie, and Rodney. We know them. We've met them. So hello.
No, you never met Rodney.
Oh, okay.
No,
We met
Rod-
Howie. I remember
Well,
Howie.
Howie is
The bigger guy on the drums.
No, Howie is the sexy hunk that she's gonna marry.
No, that's Rick.
Rick.
No. Howie Drum. Isn't he Howie Drum?
No, it's
No.
Rick is
No.
the one she's marrying.
Wait a
Yeah.
minute. I thought you were marrying Howie Drums.
No, let me talk. All right, so here's how it goes. Can you tell I love you guys?
Yes.
All right, Rick Giannotti guitars, Howie Fallon drums. Those guys have been with me for several years.
Yes.
We just brought in Rodney Miller on bass. He's toured with Lauryn Hill. He was their musical director. We brought in Howie Gordon. So we now have two Howies in the band. And let me tell you, they're both funny. They both have like this funny kind of sense of humor. You have to see it live. It's crazy. So Howie Gordon is an amazing keyboard player. So he's also playing keyboards. I play keyboards. We also have Pablo Batista, who is world-renowned percussionist, who's toured with Alicia Keys and, I mean, so many people.
Big people.
Very big people. We also had Damon Dizzy Fingers, who's toured with The Roots, Jay-Z. He did some keyboards, but he's not going to be touring with us. He just did lend some of his talent. We have Mitch Beer, who also did some bass for us as well. And he may be an alternate bass player if Rodney can't make it with us or whatever. So we have a real big,
Love it.
Yeah, we have a team. We have a beautiful team. And so all of these people had a part in what
song.
you're going to hear. And the lyric video was directed by Aaron Tazo.
There you go.
So-
So before we play the lyric video, which is actually the song with the lyric video accompanying it, we want to give a shout out because Goddess is in the chat room and she joined us a few minutes late and she says hello and she wanted to say hello to you. She says she loves your music, so that's why I wanted to bring it up.
Oh, hi, Goddess. I love you.
Now, may I speak?
Yes.
Yes, Ron. I love
Okay, I want to hear all about the wedding in April. Enough with the music.
No, we're going to play the music first.
I want to hear about the
I
wedding.
know, but we'll talk about the wedding after we play the
I
song
love
since we just
weddings.
build it all
Are you
up.
excited about getting married, honey?
Yes, I am.
He's a sweet guy. He's really nice.
He's my best friend and my partner in music. I mean, what else could, you know what it's like.
It's like Jimmy.
Yes.
But your guy is just so sweet and calm and tranquil and good looking.
He
and-
is. He's
and
amazing.
sexy. He's fabulous.
Yeah.
You're going to have a very happy
And
life.
I loved it
with
when
him.
you guys went to the Grammys last year, all the pictures and stuff.
We're
of
going to
you guys.
talk
It was
about that
fabulous.
after
We'll
the
talk about that
Save
too.
that after the song.
So we're gonna talk. We're gonna play the video because everybody wants to hear it, and there's so many people in the chat room who are not normally here. So I think a lot of people tuned in to hear you. So I think it's gonna be really cool. So Chad, do you have the video ready?
I do.
All right. So Sharon, you introduce it, and then we're gonna play it for everybody.
Okay. This is Anime by the Sharon Lia Band. I hope you guys enjoy it.
We can't
And
hear
it's
it.
a world premiere, everybody.
Woo! right, there you go, Jimbo.
Buddy, so that's Enemy by the Sharon Lia Band. That's the video. We want everybody to go to YouTube, watch the video so we can get the views up. And it's available now for pre-order on iTunes and the digital download sites, and it'll be available for everybody to download on February 20th. That's Friday, February 20th. Everybody can get your own copy of Enemy. And you should also follow Sharon Lia on Twitter. It's at Sharon Lia Band. And everybody in the chat room, says they love it. Great voice, great vocals, cool production, great video, beautiful song. Love, love, love. I can't go down. Stunning voice. There's too many of them to go down, but
Anyway,
everybody loved
it
it.
goes in our car, and I will hear it driving cross country. And I want everyone out there to know, when I said I loved your music and we put it in the car, I'm so happy we did, because we have 42 hours of driving. Excuse me. And how nice to listen to all of our friends for 42 hours.
And everybody in the chat room was talking about how much they like your hair color, too.
It's eggplant.
Thank you.
All your new promo pictures are beautiful. You look fabulous in all of them. And they're saying such a beautiful song. You got really good
Now tell us
comments.
about California. Are you happy in California? Do you like it?
She's not in California.
No, when she was in California. Jimmy, shut the up.
Oh.
Thank you. Thank you for keeping that out.
My mother's listening. Otherwise, you know what I was going to say. Shut the. He always interrupts me. I hate him sometimes.
We absolutely loved California, and it's funny because I got to tell you, I don't know who's in the chat room because I can't really see what's going on. So if any of the listeners are in there, if they want to drop me a message later or follow me on Twitter and let me know they were listening, I would love to, to communicate with them because I can't do it on the chat room. But when and I don't know if my friend is listening from California, but she lives in Laguna Niguel.
No, Nigel.
Nigel, see. I looked on the map and I said to Rick, we're going to go to NAMM. It's going to be a lot of business, a lot of music, a lot of work. We hobnobbed with people, which is really fun. It was so much fun. But I want to go down to the beach. I want to put my toe in the Pacific Ocean, So we went down to
Long Beach.
Newport.
Beautiful.
Newport. And then we went down to Dana Point, and then we found Laguna Beach.
Yeah.
I have never seen such a beautiful place in my life.
Mm-hmm.
Then I said, let's go to Laguna Nigel.
No, depends. However you want to say it. Nigel is good. Laguna Nigel.
My girlfriend, she calls me her Philly bestie. She's a Grammy. She's a voting member of the Grammys, and that's how I met her. So she's my LA bestie, and I'm her Philly bestie. So anyway, for some reason I said to Rick, we have to go to this town. I'm looking at it on the map because we don't know where to go. I'm looking on the map. I said, we got to go there. I'm just drawn there for some reason. And like 2 days later, I was looking online and I looked at the town that she lives in, and that's where she lives.
Oh, cool.
And I didn't get to see her. I did not get to see her because she was homesick with the flu. We flew all the way across the country and we were going to get to see each other. We didn't get to see each other. So her name's Kelly Lewis. She's got some great music too. You got to check her out. You will.
But Southern California is really beautiful and extremely expensive.
Yeah.
To the point of ridiculousness. But Laguna, if you go all the way down, when you drive all the way down to the beach area, the restaurants are absolutely ridiculous.
Well, we went to one restaurant which was amazing.
Yeah, 21. But the prices,
21, Newport Beach. It was called 21.
It's
anyway,
expensive though.
But expensive to the point where a salad is $25, $28 for a salad. That's a little bit much. Anyway, Palm Springs is where you have to go next and visit with us.
Well, Rick and I are saying, not that we could do it now, but maybe if Anime becomes, a #1 hit, maybe we'll
do that. It will be positive always, no doubt.
When it becomes a #1 hit, maybe we'll get a little place down there to visit. And we like California. So
it's fabulous.
Yeah, well, I moved there in 1949 when I was 9 years old, and I remember it well. And then we moved back to New York. So I've lived in California back and forth over the last 50, 60 years. I don't know how many times. So it's like second home to me. Going there is not like going to a strange town at all. And I prefer it. My New York is no longer New York. Everybody's dead and it's changed. But California is still California.
I want to give a shout out to Barb and Dave. They just sent me a text message. Barb is like a sister to me. She's been helping me out a lot. And if I know she's listening because she just sent me a message. So because she can't get in the chat room either, and I can't type to anybody. So I just want to give her a little love. Her and Dave.
There you go.
Yeah.
She has to wait for them to kick people out. They usually, when it gets overloaded, they kick people out, and then they could sneak right in. Tell her to keep trying.
Okay. Well, she's watching the show. She'll know to try.
Right.
So let's talk about anime. So like, what is anime?
So, I mean, well, do you want me to give you like kind of like the story of how it like was born? That might help.
I want to know what it means.
Well, it'll be answered if I just. Well, anime is about a state of being or feeling alone, and like without a base, feeling separated from everything that feeling separated inside and not really having an ability to pull yourself out of that place. The way that I found the actual word was, you guys were talking before about the C word. As you know, I went through that, and after radiation was over and I was sort of coming back into living a little bit, Rick had come to me with some really beautiful pieces of music, and I just felt this inspiration. I was having a drink. I was having my favorite drink. Well, I have two favorite drinks. I was drinking
Mojito is one of them.
Yeah.
What?
A mojito is one of them.
Yeah. But I was having a drink and I was just looking up words that were describing how I felt, and something else I really wanted to do was I wanted to tap into how other people feel, like feeling a sense of separation and defragmentation, but knowing there's hope. So a lot of us feel like we're in a prison in ourselves. Like we actually have it within ourselves, and we have to keep working to pull ourselves out of it, but the song has a lot of different meanings to a lot of different people. Anime, it's actually a clinical psychological, there's a psychological definition, and basically it is defragmentation. And people that feel it are sometimes people who've been uprooted, which is a good example. So that's really, for me, it was just about trying to find a way out of what was inside, feeling separated from everything that I knew, and just trying to find that little bit of hope, and knowing that really the answer was inside, but how do you get to it? How do you How do you get to that answer?
So it's actually a very very thought out title.
Yes.
You take LSD.
No.
That'll give you the answer.
Or mushrooms.
True.
You'll go right into your brain, and your answer will come out. I've never suffered from that in my life. I've always been who I am. I've never been locked into anything. I've always been a free spirit and unfiltered. And
there are people that are, I mean, I want people to investigate. I want them to watch the video, look at the lyrics, look up the word, and see what it means to them. It's crafted well. I think it's crafted well enough to have a very unique meaning to the person that's listening to it, like a piece of artwork. Like if you look at Pablo.
Right. Yeah. Well, to me, it doesn't mean a thing because I don't relate to any of it. I mean, and I've been through some situations that were almost where I died in a hospital. So I mean, I've always been a fighter and out there and knowing what I want and going for it.
Yeah.
I've never doubted anything I do.
That's great. But
that's what you're like. That's why it's so strange to hear you talk about it, just because of the big word "see." You're fine. You're going to be fine because you won't allow it to happen. And I firmly believe that cancer wins if you let it.
Oh yeah, no, it won't fight. I started the Ladies Who Rock for a Cause after that as well, which you guys, I've told you about.
Yeah.
Yes.
If you really fight with all your might, heart, and soul, I mean, God, it's amazing what we can do.
So I just got a text message. Stefan Bell says hi to you.
Hi, Stefan.
Hi, Stefan.
And he just wanted to tell, because he wrote me this text, and I was like, I have no idea what that means. I'm not telling her that. And then he tried to explain it, because he wrote quantum difference. And then she said, you were really good before, but he thinks the new music is a different class of music, much better. And difference in it. Like, so it was really good before, and now it's like really, really good. So everybody seems to be digging it.
Thank
Well,
you.
we all grow. If you listen to everybody's early work, even
Right.
a TV show, the first 2 pilots of a TV show stink. A year later, the show is clean, it's smooth, it's beautiful.
I've actually gotten a lot of feedback already, which I've got to thank everyone who's listened to it. Someone said to me, you know, oh my, your voice has really matured and you sound like, well, this person said I sounded like a darker version of a band named Nightwish. I'm not too familiar with Nightwish, but I do know that I've heard that before. So I went and listened, and they're a wonderful band. Their music is great. But yeah, that was very nice. Thank him for that. I thank you for that.
But
and
not
that's
necessarily from age. So don't think that. The more you sing, the more you develop the singing muscle. You know that. And your voice gets better.
It's not even about my voice in particular. It's about the production. You know, I'm writing new songs versus songs that I've had on the shelf for a while. I'm working with an amazing producer and great musicians, you know, and my producer, he'll be the first one to be like, no, you're holding that note. Like, I need you to do it this way. And he's really helping me fit my voice to the song. And I have to thank him for that. And he helped me find my voice, because one thing I didn't know was that I could belt. I mean, I have a real powerful belting voice.
Oh, I knew that.
Yeah, I was going to say to you, what delusion do you live in? I mean, you know, I was sitting right like 10 feet from you, and I had to put paper napkins in my ears. You can belt, my dear.
Well, now it's even more. He's taught me how to really open up and get as much meat out of my voice as possible. So
well, I was happy with it the way it was. So I was a fan from the get-go.
So listen up, everybody. This is Sharon Lia from the Sharon Lia Band. You can follow her on Twitter. It's at Sharon Lia Band. They have a newly revamped website. It's www.sharonliaband.com. And she's got a new single, Enemy. It'll be released for everyone to check it out on February 20th. The name of the video is also Enemy. It's got a great video. It's a lyric video, but I was going to say, too, like, you didn't do, like, a regular lyric video like everybody else just pops words up there, because there's you playing in the background. There's graphics. It's really done extremely well for a lyric video, because I see a million of them, and most of the time I can't stand them, you know. And I was happy that you were going to have a video to go with it, and then you said lyric video, and I was going to cringe a little bit, and then when I see it, it's really not like a lyric video. It's really a music video. I mean, it's really got so much great stuff.
It is. It's a music video with the bonus of being able to see the words. And my mom, in particular, if she's listening,
hi, Mom.
She appreciated seeing the words, because sometimes people don't always hear all the words in rock music. So when she could see the words, it meant even more to her, you know. So, but thanks. I appreciate that.
Yeah, so I think it's really, really good. So everybody should check it all out. You should also, Sharon, because we only have a couple of seconds left, minutes really to go. Sharon has a charity, you guys. It's called Ladies Who Rock for a Cause. It's a charitable foundation. And I think it's ladieswhorockforacause.com, isn't it?
.org.
.org. I'm sorry. Oh yeah, because it's okay. So ladieswhorockforacause.org. She's also the 2017 Pop Contemporary Artist of the Year for the Josie Awards, which is like a big deal. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And in 2018, we want you to be like a Grammy nominee. How's that?
Right.
Oh, you know, I already put it out to the universe, and you know what I believe about that.
Absolutely. So
that's
real quick, just tell us, like, because you got to go to the Grammys not last year, like a week ago, but the year before. Like, was that just like totally the coolest thing ever?
Yes. In a short story, years ago, several years ago, I actually, I said one day I'm going to go. You know, I'm not giving you the whole story right now, but I was at a place and I was like, I'm going to go, I'm going to get a Grammy, and I'm going to buy myself a dress. And I bought myself this beautiful dress, and I hung it in my closet. And last summer, not this past summer, but 2016, I became a voting member of the Grammys.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And that's because of my history and my background in music and everything. And that's not easy to get. And then I was able to, number one, my album was considered, it was on the ballot was on the ballot. And then, you know, I had a whole group of people who wanted to make sure that I did get to see that dream come true and go to the Grammys. So Melissa DeBrigida, a wonderful friend of mine, said, you know, Sharon helps people with the Ladies Who Rock for a Cause and everything. Why don't we help her out? And I'm like, oh my God, I didn't even know how to react. I didn't, you know, I just, you know, try to be humble and say thank you so much. And there was a group of people who came together and we raised money because it's an expensive trip.
Yes, it is.
4 outfits for all the red carpet events. Airfare. I needed tux for, you know, tuxedos for Rick, you know.
You need to eat. You need to sleep.
Eat and sleep. And of course, we had to rent a convertible Corvette.
Naturally.
Listen, it was, one of my friends actually, because I was thinking, no, I can't do this. I don't want to take people's hard-earned money to go on a trip. Like, how can you do that? I'd rather to give it to someone told me, listen, you should know better than anyone, because my sister who passed away, who's been a guiding beacon for me, someone said to me, you know what, really, this is something you've always wanted to do and you dreamed about it and you don't know what tomorrow holds. Take the trip, go. And
Absolutely.
I'm really glad I took his advice. And it was one of the most amazing experiences that I've ever had. And it set off something in motion that happened all throughout 2017 and is now spilling into 2018.
And you have a new single.
And we have a new single. We have 4 new songs coming out. And I just have to tell you, YouTube hit 100 subscribers. So now my YouTube channel is what?
We missed that. We missed that last sentence because it froze.
Okay. Because we got enough subscribers on our YouTube channel, we now have our own URL, which we needed.
Yes, isn't that cool? So
yeah,
it's youtube.com/Sharon Lia Band.
That's correct. So you can find me on Twitter at Sharon Lia Band, Instagram Sharon Lia Band. Go to our new website. I mean, we have a whole great team of people. I want to shout out to Doug and Kevin and James and Evan and Nate and Aaron and I'm sure I'm leaving somebody out.
So anybody that she forgets, because we got to get moving anyway. So anybody she forgets, she thanks you. And you guys have done a great job because the new single is amazing. The video is amazing. And we wish you guys all the luck with it in the world. And we'll be shooting for, we'll be like thinking Grammy for you all year long. And
we'll give you all our contact information later.
She's got it all. She's already got all of it.
I got to thank Darren if he's watching.
And Darren. Okay, Darren, what's up?
He did the single artwork.
Oh, yeah, it's good, too. I love it. Yeah. Okay. So, everybody, this is Sharon Lia from the Sharon Lia Band. Get their new single, Enemy, February 20th. Sharon, say hi to everybody in the band and your team. We want to thank you for coming on the show. Love you to death, and we'll be seeing you soon.
I love you, too. Bye, guys.
See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks, everyone in the chat room. Please find me.
Bye.
Talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Also, we